I took over this building almost 17 years ago. 1 May this year it'll be 17 years. The reason I got into the business, I was always looking for a historic restaurant. I had retired from the US Air Force after 20 years, and this building happened to come up for lease. So I did my research on the building, and I realized this could be a great restaurant. It's an old building. Anybody will come to this store. I just got to make sure they come back. This was my philosophy behind the restaurant. Uh, and doing my research of the building, I ran across a lot of data from all the ghost stories and all the stuff what happened in here during the Civil War, who got murdered in here. Uh, and I was kind of skeptical because I'm a person, if I can't see, touch, or to smell you, to me, you don't exist. But after 17 years, I kind of changed my mind a little bit. I'm still not a believer in the ghost stories, but I do respect the building. Apparently, a lot of things has happened in this building over the 200 and some years. And are they ghosts? I don't know. Do I respect it? Yes. We had so many incidents in here. The first one was right after I opened up. Uh, I found out from the landlord who put the air conditioning system in here, and I had a new guy working on it. It was not done to code. When I say not done to code, it wasn't done illegally. It was done to preserve the history of the building. So they had to make certain modification and get grandfathered in. So I called this guy up, and at this point in time, he was probably about 70 years old. He came in here, he met with my current electrician, and he said, look, you can call me anytime you want to if you got a question, but don't you ever call me at night. We both looked at each other like, why? And he swore on the stack of Bible, he was in here one time, the power went out, and he was up in the attic, and he said the numbers on the wall, which are still there from the Civil War, turned red. He said, I left the building, and I told him I will never come back at nighttime. He never came back at night. We could talk to him in the daytime. He would not step foot in this building at night. So this was kind of the first story, which got me a little bit, okay, maybe there's something true. Then over the years, I had several customers. They wanted to spend the night in here because they into the ghost thing. And I would probably say in 17 years, I probably had about 3 or 4 couples trying to spend the night in here. None of ever stayed the whole night. I think the last one left about 4 o'clock in the morning. When I asked them the next day, I said, please call me, and I told them how to get out of the building. They said, we don't know what happened. We woke up, we had goosebumps, it didn't feel right, we left the building. So after about the third or the fourth person, I thought, okay, this is good. I'm gonna try it myself. So I worked the night. I mean, had a couple of glasses of wine, trying to feel good to stay in the building. I brought a big flashlight. I brought a gun, okay? Like, okay, you can shoot a ghost with a gun. But it was more of a security blanket, okay? So I laid it up in the attic. There's an old bed up there. I lit the gun, the flashlight there. I went to sleep about 1 o'clock in the morning. Nothing bothered me. I woke up 5. I looked around. It was still dark. I had goosebumps on my arms, all over. I got up and left. Ask me why? I have no idea. It just didn't feel right to be in this building. So, and then I hired a lady to do baking at night when the kitchen closes. She came in about 11 and baked till about 5 in the morning to use the kitchen. But one night I thought, I better go in and check on her. I came down here at 3 o'clock in the morning. She was over in the kitchen baking, had a bottle of my liquor, was totally soused. I said, what are you doing? You're working by yourself. You can't drink if something happens or you fall or a piece of equipment. She goes, do you think I can work in here after midnight without being drunk? I'm going, she said, it's scary in here. I said, look, we can't do this anymore. And I had to stop bringing people in after midnight. The There was a lady supposed to be murdered up in the front dining room, a lady of the evening, long time ago in the early 1800s. She got her throat slit up there. And they say if you drive by at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can see her shadow on the window. I came by many mornings at 2 looking for it, never seen the shadow. And the big story is nobody knows why she got murdered, okay? And I'm not trying to get blunt here, so the joke is either the guy didn't want to pay or she wasn't any good. A lady of the evening. It's kind of the joke what goes with the story. And then we had two guys, their picture is hanging in there on the wall, and I actually got the court documents. One guy came back during the Civil War, came back home a soldier, and another guy shot him in the door here, and he died up on the courthouse steps. That's a true story. The guy was messing with the other guy's wife while he was gone, so he came home, fired a gun, died on the courthouse step, and then the guy actually, they had the trial, and the guy got off for the sum of $10,000. He didn't go to jail. So even back then, money got you someplace in the court system, yeah. But I'll show you the pictures hanging in there. There's a little short story on there. The court documents I just gave to his grandson, which works here in town, and he's supposed to make copies and bring them back to me. It's really neat to read them, how the trial, how it all happened. And then a gambler got stabbed down here in the tavern for cheating, and apparently he died between them two buildings. He made it out but died on the side there. And apparently they stabbed him because he was cheating on the card game. So basically, with all the stories going on in here, we made a decision. We out of this building by midnight. We are all gone. We locked the door. Whoever, whatever might be in here, you can have the building from midnight till 7 in the morning. That's when we come back and take over the building, and we absolutely had no more issues. I mean, we all respect the building, okay? The one thing which was kind of strange in here, when one of my employees got pregnant, whatever it is, do not like pregnant employees in here. I mean, to them, during their pregnancy, just weird stuff happens. Their salad falls off a tray, a piece of bread hits them in the back, like whatever is in here does not like pregnant. No, not the customers, I'm talking my employees. And I had a bunch of pregnant employees in the 17 years, and they always having a hard time while they pregnant working in here. Can I explain it? Absolutely not. No clue why this is going on. I mean, that's basically it. And so I respect the building. I'm still not a big believer in it, but something is strange about it. It is old. The building, if them walls could talk in there, you with your machine probably turn red in the face. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in this building over the years, and when you look at the usage, it was used as an overnight stagecoach stop, as a bakery, as a butcher shop, as a post office. One time it was a house of the evening. Back in the 1800s, I don't know if it was legal back then, but it was a house of the evening. I mean, the place had all kinds of usages, so there's a lot of history behind it. And if you want to, later on we can walk up and I'll show you the numbers up on the wall, and the numbers are there from the Civil War. We cannot fix nothing in the attic, we can't paint it. We have to leave everything alone up there because it's historic. So when they restored the building, they put a new roof on from the outside to save all the interior up on the third floor. And a lot of my customers, I take them up there, they want to see the numbers on the wall. And when you look at them, there was 12 bed spaces up there. We got about 8 or 9 numbers left up there. Are they really there from the Civil War? I don't know. We got a newspaper clipping up there on the wall from I show it to you then. It's been on the wall since the 1800s. So nobody has painted or touched them walls up there. Probably in 160, 170 years. But that's basically it. I mean, I enjoy the heck out of the building, and it's neat, but it is weird. Okay, it's about all I can tell you, really.